the Ohio defensive backs look into the backfield a little too long.
Trey Stewart up the middle, flag. And we got some tippers flaring here.
Oh, we got a quarterback in the middle.
Yeah, Tyler Huff.
Well, you knew that.
Looking to challenge Shea Taylor.
I mean, Tyler Huff is the heartbeat of this Jacksonville State team. His toughness, the way he leads and takes on people, runs through the physicality of this team. He would not be the guy to walk away from a confrontation.
You can see the coaches from Jack State running on the field to pull their players away. Edwin Lee and his crew will have to talk about this one. Let's see here. Keep your eye on Shea Taylor, 35.
That's a wrestling move.
Yes. Oh,
no, you can't do that. No,
right.
You can't do that.
Stepped on Jacob Barrick.
I mean, walk away with the win. You just body slammed him. Take the win and walk away. You don't have to add the insult.
And here comes the
kicking.
quarterback, Tyler Huff. And then you got the wrestler coming in there, Brock Rechsteiner.
Yeah, well, he wasn't going to miss out on that either.
Thrown on this one. You can see these guys riding down, so obviously you're going to have. It's like if somebody's going to get ejected, yes.
Yeah, it was Jacob Barrick, the backup tight end, that got slammed by Shea Taylor. How about Huff was ready to take on the entire defense. He had 4 or 5 green shirts. He didn't care. You will not treat my tight end that way. But you know what? Wouldn't you expect that?
This is the start that you hope for. Obviously, they brought the energy into the second half. You wondered, okay, you played a great first half, maybe the best of the season. Are you bringing energy now as you see some things getting sorted out on the sidelines now? This is where you got to keep your poise, right? Everybody, listen, the Bulls aren't playing the Bulls, right? This is Bulls against UAB. These guys got to remember that right now. This is where your leadership steps up.
So emotions boiling over in a negative way now on that USF sideline. Really need to get that under control.
And there's some pushing and shoving at the 20-yard line.
This isn't good.
We've said it a few times, no love lost in the 83 miles that separate these two schools in North Carolina.
There's some bad blood between these two teams. Look at this. They got to get control of this.
This is a terrible scene at the end of what has been a fantastic bowl game. You hate to see this.
Remember, Jay, these two teams open the season next year.
Yeah, they start the 2025 season in Raleigh.
You already know what that's going to be all about.
Now, this is the last thing you want to see.
And coaches for both teams out on the field desperately trying to get all their guys under control, calm some emotions down.
I'll say this, throughout the week there's been some NC State players saying this isn't a rivalry. ECU says it's a rivalry. That right there tells me this is a rivalry.
Yeah, I agree. And if it wasn't before, it certainly is going to be next year.
Matt Cooley, this is what started it all.
And T-Mac Cooley no matter what Yannick Smith might have said, T-Mac Cooley cannot go after him in that situation. He just can't. Because that is just throws gas on the fire, and here we go. I mean, it was just happening all over the field.
Hannah, as we go final, that Florida plants the flag. We've seen this cause chaos around college football. Started with Michigan, Ohio State, UNC, and North Carolina State got into it. And
they got to get rid of this flag planting stuff. This is causing too many problems here. It's unnecessary. Florida took care of business tonight. This is just something you absolutely don't need.
And Mike Norvell and Billy Napier were right in the middle of it. And Florida got that flag planted fast, and Florida State took issue with it.
I have a feeling that's going to be something that's going to be addressed in this offseason. There's going to be a severe penalty for the flag planting in the opposing team's field. Just unnecessary.
Right in the center of this, Mike Norvell, the head coach, he's the one who rips the Florida flag off the Seminoles logo and throws it.
It's unnecessary. Florida came in, they took care of business, they beat Florida State between the lines, and then to have that, Mike.
Very, very eager to get the football back. Brings some pressure against Beck, who stands and delivers on the sideline. It's intercepted. Picked up by Barron. Cuts back. John A. Barron still alive. Dragged out of the 9. There is a flag on the field back in the secondary, so hold on.
I wonder if Smith, it got tied up. Did Smith push, or is it defensive holding, as Kirby's saying? Definitely contact at the top of that route.
Matt Leffler talking about it. Kirby's pretty confident it was a hold to negate what would have been an enormous electric takeaway by Barron, as another guy's had a great game.
I can't wait for Bill to take a peek at this one to see at the top of the route if it's defensive holding or offensive.
Number 7. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul with an automatic first down.
So instead of Texas football 1st and goal, Georgia's going to be set up out across the 40. They're showing the replay.
The top of the route, you tell me. There's contact both ways.
Oh, no, come on. Really?
All right, here's what I got.
Hold.
The defender has the right to get in front of him. I don't see him holding him. I see the offensive player as much attacking him.
Yeah, it was
possible OPI.
They're both kind of going at each other. I just don't know how you make that call, but it goes against Texas, so take that away from the Horns having that big turnover. Georgia keeps the ball with a first down.
Someone has shown their displeasure in a stupid way by throwing a beer can on the field. That's an enormous call, and I don't know about that at all.
I don't either. Sark doesn't usually get that animated, but man, this is a huge call. Contact both ways. Both guys looking at the football. The entire
the students are now raining bottles down, and this is unfortunate. This is going to delay the game. That's the student section down there in the corner. They're not going to win the Taco Bell contest at this rate.
No.
But I tell you, look, these guys have a tough job, especially on these plays on the edge. But calls like that can influence outcomes. Sarkisian down there pleading with them to stop doing that. There are hundreds of water bottles in that end zone. Somebody did it early, and then there was just a whole bunch of copycats.
And Sark's all the way over the 10-yard line, telling them to chill out.
Doing a good job getting a whole bunch of folks involved in cleaning up the end zone.
I mean, that call will be talked about no matter how this game ends. Because I don't know. I'm glad, again, Bill, you're up here, because I don't know how you make a call where both guys at the top of a route kind of go into each other?
Fourth down.
Are they talking about the bottles right now being thrown on the field, and are they trying to get the? Phil, what do you think this discussion's about?
It could be a discussion about that. Personally, I'd leave it alone. You're going to have things like this happen once in a great while. Leave it alone, move on with the game.
There was no defensive pass interference.
Oh, my goodness.
The ball will be at the 9-yard line.
Kirby cannot believe it. So Bill Lamagna, a discussion. They have changed the call, which is an enormous moment in this game.
Yeah.
Are you surprised they changed it, Bill?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'd like to know how it came about, who stepped up, who came in to talk about it, because it's not reviewable. It would have to be an on-field decision.
Well, they
took a while to do that.
No, we saw them talking. We didn't know, was this about where the ball's located after all the action? I knew Kirby. I knew this would light his fuse.
How could it not?
Yeah.
If you had the call go your way. Yeah. And now his defense has to go out there, and Texas is going to be set up at the 9-yard line.
The fourth time in this great rivalry. Fourth straight time. And for Mac Brown, the Hall of Fame career here in Chapel Hill comes to an end as these two rivals meet at midfield.
And what a game by both teams. Defenses played outstanding in the first half. Offenses came alive, and the tension in this stadium was palpable. And what a great scene with Mac and Dave Doran embracing at midfield. A lot of respect for each other. There's a fight, looks like, happening in the middle of the field with fans on the field. This is not a pretty scene. This is
not good.
This is scary. You got players with their helmets off.
This is a bad scene. Both in the middle of the field, the fight has spilled over to the NC State bench. The NC State wanted to plant the flag at midfield, and players like J.J. Jones took exception to it.
People laying on the ground, it looks like. This is a dangerous scene right now.
Now the NC State players go over to their fans in the far corner of the end zone, and that's the best place to wave your flag and celebrate.
That's what we are. That's what Michigan does, man. And that's what we do. First of all, stop this.
And folks, something interesting is going on the field right now. Michigan tried to plant their flag in the middle of the Ohio State field, and the Buckeyes rushed right to them. And now there's some skirmishes going on the field. An unsportsmanlike gesture by the Wolverines. Unnecessary. They've won the game. No need to be disrespectful.
Someone probably just needs to grab that flag, or else this is going to continue to get nasty. ugly scene. Incredibly ugly scene for a beautiful rivalry. Get these guys in the locker room.
Is in a heap of trouble, and it continues. Malcolm Simmons a drop. These playoff rankings brought to you by Capital One. And now there is a skirmish. We'll get back to this, but there is a skirmish over behind the Auburn sideline. Devontae Smith at the center of it, and he's being led away by Xavier Brown, and here they go again. Finally, some Alabama coaches running across the field to get their players out of there. That took quite a while. Devontae Smith, the most heated among those involved.
Really escalated quickly, too, because it looked like they were getting ready to disengage, and all of a sudden, chaos on the Auburn sideline.
Officials talking about it. We believe Keandre Lambert-Smith was the Auburn player at the center of it. It is rivalry week. It is the Iron Bowl, and emotions always run high.
The result of the play is an incomplete pass. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 13 and defense number 8. Only one of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties will be enforced. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down. That is both number 8 and number 13's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as it counts towards disqualification.
Kalen DeBoer out beyond the numbers to voice his displeasure. Nobody on the Auburn side penalized here.
Just watch it here as number 8 up top above Keandre Lambert-Smith. That's Devontae Smith is continuing to go at it. And then Malachi Moore over there trying to get his player out of there. He gets stuck in the middle, engaged with another Auburn player, kind of by himself at that point.
Well, I guess my question here to Bill LeMonnier would be, is number 5 in white for Auburn guilty of anything, or you think they got that right based on what we've seen so far, Bill?
I think both players should have been.